While the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson is sending shockwaves around the world, Saturday Night Live decided to try and get some laughs out of it.
The manhunt continues for the assassin who gunned down the CEO of UnitedHealthcare on Wednesday. And it really says something about America that a guy was murdered in cold blood. And the two main reactions were, yeah, well, healthcare stinks. And also, girl, that shooter hot.
Police say that they were able to get the smiling picture of the suspect after the man apparently was caught on camera at a local hostel flirting with a female employee whose name has been reported as Lucky S. Betcha Live.
Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, and he joins me now. Joe, take a crack at this one. What do you think?
It's such a horrible reflection, Carly, on where we are as a society, right? It's not a joke when a husband and a father of two children is murdered on the street, captured on video for the world to see. And unfortunately, this encapsulates the worldview of the far left. If you run a company and you're from an industry that is not to your liking, apparently you deserve to die. This is not a punchline. It should not be glorified because you're going to have now copycats go after other CEOs of other healthcare companies. We're at a point now, Carly, where other healthcare companies, they're taking down their leadership pages on their websites because they're feared that, they fear that's going to happen to them next. It's such a horrible reflection of where we are at this point. So I just think that we shouldn't be joking about this in any way, shape, or form. I guess I kind of get what SNL is trying to do, but it's a whole bowl of wrong to make it a punchline. I'm sorry.
I keep on thinking about his wife and his children. We spoke to somebody who used to work security for him, said that he was just one of the nicest guys and always told his previous security detail to stay safe. So it's a huge tragedy all around. And I hope that his family didn't see that from SNL over the weekend. We also want to ask you about this. The internet going wild over Joe Biden and President-elect Trump being seated right next to each other and having a seemingly friendly interaction at the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris over the weekend. And Donald Trump posted this picture on social media to promote, did you know that he has a new cologne and fragrance line? And the tagline is, a fragrance your enemies can't resist. So what do you think about this, Joe?
Well, as a guy who used to wear Jacquard, if you remember that in Jersey back in the 90s, Carly, like that was how I got my wife. I wore the Jacquard cologne. The Trump cologne should be very interesting. Yeah, no, it's not actually. But look, I did not have Dr. Jill Biden leaving her husband, Joe Biden, for Doug Emhoff, only to leave him for Donald Trump. I mean, who would think that the guy they called Hitler would be flirted with in this way? I mean, I wish my wife would look at me that way again. It's the meme of the century. And the fact that Jill Biden wore MAGA red on Election Day before she voted, maybe that was not an accident. I don't know, just throwing it out there, Carly.
I mean, she said horrible things about Donald Trump on the campaign trail. To see this picture and the friendly interaction, very unique turn of events. This cologne's going to sell a lot over Christmas, don't you think? I mean, can you imagine how many Christmas gifts, the stocking stuffers with this cologne in it for all the dads and men in your life?
I already got mine, believe me. That's a Christmas card right there that I have a feeling that the next president's going to throw out there.
Right.
That's for certain.
Okay, so social media is also weighing in on Trump's handshake with Emmanuel Macron during their meeting in France. Oh, I'm sure you saw it. One person on social media said President Trump manhandles French President Emmanuel Macron with one of the most dominating handshakes I've ever seen. President Trump is back to dominating world leaders with this handshake. Macron is going to need a hand massage after all that twisting and pulling Trump did to him. The Trump-Macron handshake is hilarious because it happened twice, and Macron was told to prepare and probably practiced and then still got dominated, referring to a previous time that they met and had a little bit of a handshake scramble. I mean, that was done, I'm sure, purposefully. What do you think about this moment, getting the upper hand on Emmanuel Macron?
Not just Macron, in this case, Macron, I should say, Carly, but also on Joe Biden, right? Where was the president? Shouldn't he be in France for the reopening of Notre Dame, that wonderful cathedral that's right there on the River Seine? No, of course not. So there's Donald Trump acting like the sitting president, because he pretty much is at this point. He's negotiating with Mexico and Canada through tariffs as far as securing our border. There he is with the French president, and Joe Biden is nowhere to be found. So, yeah, I mean, that's where we're at this point. Leadership is back in this country. Donald Trump is displaying that, no question.
Yeah, really quickly, but were you surprised to hear that he held a trilateral with Macron and the Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky? About 30 seconds till we got to toss it over to Fox and Friends.
Sure, I hear you. No, Donald Trump right now is showing that, look, don't wait till January 20th. I'm running the country now at this point. This is all by design, and the man just wants to get in office as quickly as possible to change things as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's right.
Where we're at.
Yeah, he has the experience of 4 previous years. He has the relationships already formed, so he says he wants to hit the ground running. Joe, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day, and have a great day to you, everyone, watching right now.